Yo, how's it going, everyone? I hope you're well. Hope you're staying safe out there. In this episode, I want to go through one of my favorite songs of all time, a song that has a huge impact on me and many other people, and it's from the late great Nipsey Hussle. So it's Crenshaw and Slauson, True Story, from the Crenshaw mixtape is the last song, and yeah, it's had a huge impact on me. When I first heard it, I was like I was so inspired, and I just listened to it now as well, and I just get goosebumps every time, especially that second verse, especially. I get like I can relate to so much of it, and it's very inspirational. Now, yeah. So what I've done is I've got some of my favorite lyrics, like the lyrics that I can really resonate with, or the lyrics that I feel like will stand out. And I've just put them on this Word document just to remind myself which lines I want to go through, which ones I want to talk about. So yeah, I've pulled them up, and yeah. So let's get right to it. So let's go. Yeah. By the way, I'm not gonna be saying every single line. But I highly encourage everyone to go out there, listen to this song, listen to the whole mixtape from start to finish. It's honestly very, very inspirational. Even just study the way he went about rolling this one out. You know, with the $100 CDs, um, everything. Just go and study that. You'll learn a lot just as an entrepreneur from an entrepreneur side of things. Um, but yeah, for those that just want to appreciate the art, let's go through it. So yeah, one of the first lines in the song in the first verse is like labels used. Again, by the way, sorry. So just I want to make things clear before we actually get started. Two things. So first of all, in hip hop, you know, there's a lot of the N word being used. I'm not gonna be using that myself. Obviously, I can't, and I don't want to. And also for the swear words as well. I personally, I'm a person that tries to stay away from swearing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. Um, but it's just something that I've consciously tried to just avoid doing for no reason other than just I don't know. I just feel like it's right. I don't know. I don't know what the exact reason is, but I personally have just tried in the last like year and a half to try and cut off swearing. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm like sometimes some things slip out, but when I can control it, I try my best to control it. You know what I mean? So yeah, just wanna say that before we start. So let's go. So the one of the first lines is labels used to treating rappers like a slave, N word, starving artists just be happy with your fame. Now, this straight away. So, for those that don't know, by the way, if you don't know Nipsey Hussle, please go and study him. In this particular line, uh, Nipsey Hussle was an independent rapper. Even like when he was partnered up with Atlantic Records, like years later for the Victory Lap album, for example. Even then, that was like in a strategic way. It was still the way that he wanted to do it. Like he didn't give up any ownership and stuff like that. And yeah, what he's referring to here at this time is 2013. You know, he's talking about um, being happy not signing with any record labels. From what I take from it, anyway. And he's just happy being independent, and he's you know, a lot of times people sign with like record labels just because of the brand, for example, or what the history is. And here he's, and then like literally after that line, he's like, it's changed now. It's such a different game. All the people like myself is controlling everything. If you pay attention, see exactly what I mean. Forget the middleman. I said that in 2003. So like there's so much like just in those lines that explains Nip, like forget the middle. He says F the middleman again. I'm just saying forget because I'm not trying to swear. So forget the middleman. I said that in 2003. So for those that don't know, a middleman is like, let's say you're in business with let's say you buy stuff from an organization, you always get these like middlemen. So let me give you an example. So let's say me personally, I've been to concerts before, and then most of the time, how often do you guys gone to an event or something and you've used, for example, Viagogo or StubHub? Those are middlemen, you know. And Nipsey was so big on direct to consumer, you know, direct like with his people himself, and that's another line, you know, to show for that. Um, yeah, and then this line I love so much. I had the by the way, if you don't know why I'm not playing the audio itself, I did that. I did one recently where I dropped I did something similar where I was going through lyrics, and I put like a song on from like YouTube, and I think like it said like you have a copyright issue or whatever. So I just don't want to go through any of that copyright, none of that, you know. So that's why I'm just literally reading the lyrics. and that's why there's no music. But please go and listen to these songs. Go and get yourself inspiration. Like I promise, there's no way you'll listen to Nip and not be inspired. You know, you just will, and you have to listen properly, listen to the words, and you'll get really inspired. But yeah, like I said, there's no music just because I don't want to run into copyright issues. So yeah, but yeah, so this is an amazing line. So I had a vision that nobody else could see. Sold my stuff to DMAC, a little less than 10 G's. So in this one, so he told this story as well in interviews many times. So first of all, the vision nobody else could see. I can relate to that so much, and I'm not saying I'm someone like special and like I'm a genius. It's just a lot of times when I talk about certain things, people like tend to, I don't know, they just look at me weird, you know what I mean? And like I'll say like, nah, you can do this or whatever. And you know, I get weird looks. I get, honestly, people laughing at me. I've had to cut people off because you know, they're just so like one dimensional thinking. Like once someone like tries to be different and try new things, it's like they just laugh at that and they crap on that idea. So that's a huge line that I can relate to. But then in terms of sold my stuff to DMAC a little less than 10 G's, brought my grocery bag of cash back to Black Sam, his brother. He matched me. Next day we went to Sam Mash. We bought the Pro Tools and a microphone. Studio was far from plush, but the lights was on. So what he's talking about here is, again, he describes this a lot in interviews. So he bought, from what I remember, he said he sold his car for like 10 grand, and then he used that money to go and invest into a studio, to buy equipment, buy studios, because he really wanted to really get serious with the music. And like there was a time where he had cars and stuff, but he was just like he felt like he reached a plateau or something, and like he just wanted to really go all in on the music, you know. So he sold the car, made himself 10 grand, and guess what, unlike many people, he invested that into himself in a passion, which was music. And I say that part about many people aren't like that, because I want to inspire people to just please stop thinking, like whenever you make some money, whether it's through work, whether you sell something, whether you get some stimulus check or whatever, stop just spending it for nothing. Like spend it for the better of yourselves. Invest it. That's a better word. Invest it into yourself, into a passion of yours. Or you, whether it's a business, whether it's marketing, whether it's buying equipment, whether it's buying a camera to do photography, whatever it is, you need to invest in yourself. Like the money you make, invest that into your career, your life, you know. And this is a huge example of when Nipsey did it. And you know, and look how where he went with the music, you know, an all-time great. um so yeah, you know. And yeah, I love this line again, because this one I can relate to again. You could probably just see over there my microphone uh, that I have in my room. And like, what I mean with relating is like, we bought a Pro Tools and a microphone. Studio was far from plush, but the lights was on. I can relate to that so much because I bought some equipment too. Just before, actually during the pandemic, but I think I got it before lockdown too, because in London, which is where I live, we've had 3 different lockdowns. So we had lockdown one. During that, I wasn't working, nothing, so I was broke. Then after lockdown one, I worked not too much, very little, because obviously the pandemic's still going on. But I was able to just work a few shifts, made some money, bang, I got my studio equipment, and literally all the money I had, you know, and I went full on broke. And then but to me that was worth it, because for those that don't know, I'm also making music myself. So I'm working on this brand, I mean HipHopFam brand. I'm working on music, and I'm also trying to go professional in football. And you know, these are different things, that these are just my passions that I'm aspiring to get good at, to try in basically. And yeah, so like I said, music is one of them. So I bought the equipment, and you know, studio was far from plus, but the lights was on. Like my studio is not, it's in my room. It's like that's literally all I have, and my laptop. And like, even for my laptop, like I'm not someone that's too experienced with like producing beats. I buy beats, and then even when I'm laying vocals, like I'm doing different takes, many takes, because I'm not like an Eminem, for example, where I can get everything first take. So so I can relate to that part so much. Okay, next line. Couple 100,000 stash at my mama's home. Real estate in Atlanta, but ain't nobody know. Okay, we go to the next part. Okay, this is another thing. I think pretty much every single line that I'm gonna go through in this song, I've put them here on purpose because these are the ones I can relate to, or I'm inspired by, or I feel like I can help someone with, like I did with the 10G thing. So it's another line. This industry ain't gotta like us, but they gonna respect it. Build the label up for money we were saving up. No details to the statute of limitations up. Couple homies got flipped trying to play with us. Demonstrate to speak loud, so I ain't saying much. So another line that I love, this industry ain't got to like us, but they're gonna respect it. Honestly, at times that's how I feel, and I'm not talking about music just because music I've just started, so obviously no one's gonna know you. I'm talking in general. Like since being in school, I've honestly always felt like I had a chip on my shoulder type of thing, and always just felt like for me personally, I never try to do things for other people. I never try to like do things just to prove people wrong. That's not in me. I do things for my. Yo, so my phone just got cut off. But I was saying like I personally live for my own happiness, for my own because if I do something, it's out of self passion. Not because I have to prove someone wrong. But a lot of times, even when I'm doing those things, a lot of people throw shade. They want to hate. I still get that to this day, to be honest, from many people, and that's why I like this. I love this sign because like they don't have to like it, but they don't have to like me, um, but they have to respect that I'm doing what I love. And it's not. I'm not even saying that from a selfish point of view, but I'm just saying in general, if someone's doing what they love, we should put that we should respect that as a collective rather than just constantly laugh at people just because they're not doing what everyone else is, that's just my personal opinion. I get really like angry and like sad when I see people do something just because they know that that's the quick way to approval, which in my opinion is the quick way to unhappiness personally. um yeah, so another line, build the label up from money we were saving up. No details to the statute of limitations up. Again, speak to the independence, build the label up from the money that they were saving up, and what Nipsey took pride in, and what I love so much is just seeing how much they did themselves. A lot of artists and stuff and people, they get a lot of help from labels, companies, agencies, whatever the case may be. But Nipsey did it independently, him, Black Sam, and the whole team. And I love that, I love that. I'm inspired by that. Because, let's say, for example, HipHopFam, this is the brand I'm working on, right? I'll just give you an example of how this works for me. It's like before, back in the day, a lot of us would just rely on VC, like people investing in your brand for you to start. Nah, but those days are gone. Like for me personally, I don't feel like I need um that 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 backing. For me, if you're into something and you're passionate and you're just willing to work, people a lot of times get others to invest in them into them out of laziness. They don't want to do the work themselves. And me, I'm always like, if you're doing something you love, which I am with hip hop, for example, you're just willing to work and work and work and just make things happen. So that's just another example of how Nipsey, rest in peace, taught me about the power of independence, and work, hustle, So that's another example. Um, what is it? What else is there? Shell shocked to see how much yeah, okay, another one. Shell shocked to see how much they really hated us. Couldn't keep a kind heart. Get your hatred up. Street smarts. Get your information up. A lot of again, more lines I can relate to. Shell shocked to see how much they really hated us. Honestly, that's very relatable. Couldn't keep a kind heart. Get your hatred up. yeah, honestly, I feel like um, I sometimes get confused with like the amount of hate, um, if not just towards myself, just towards other people. I see so much hate, especially with the time that we're living in right now with social media and everything. I see so much hate going on, and I'm just like, what? Like, why? I just don't understand. So, um, yeah. Okay, another line I love. Had to fight before we hustled, and it made us tough. Early 90s neighbors, roosters used to wake us up. Mama had a bucket and a shack, but we ain't make a fuss. Bruv, like that just talks to you about the type of people Nipsey and Black Sam, well, that Nipsey was and that Black Sam is. Um, first of all, they had to fight before they hustled. You know, they had to work a certain amount just to get to the point of hustling to work further, which made them tough. And then I love this line. Mama had a bucket and a shack boy make a fuss. There's so like if you're thinking about right now today in this world, how much entitlement is there? Like let's just be real about it. Like how much entitlement is there? There's a lot. There's a ton. People complaining about Gary Vee says this a lot. People complaining about having the wrong milk on their coffee from Starbucks or Costa or stuff like this. Is like, bro, like it honestly makes me laugh that the amount of entitlement there is in this world right now. And then those that live through hard times and don't be that aren't all entitled about it, or the same ones that make it out. Guys like Nipsey Hussle, for example, guys like Black Sam, um, many great other great people as well that don't have the most facilities and they made it out through that situation because they didn't feel entitled about it. If they didn't have it, that's fine. Okay, what about now? Let's work. And I see so many people complaining about just stupid, just dumb stuff like wrong milk in their coffee or I don't know, whatever, just dumb, stupid stuff. And you guys know what I'm talking about. There's just so much dumb, stupid complaining. Um, but yeah. So now we go to the second part of the song. There's three parts to the song. Now, like I was saying, this part of the song is the one that gives me the most goosebumps. This is the part that I love so much. Um, And yeah, so let's get to it. I got to this paper, no industry favors, speaking to their soul, so they tell me I'm their favorite. Been through it myself, yeah, I know how it make you. Never let them judge you, cause they ain't you. Bro, like, just that in itself, just those four lines, bro, like, you know, I got to this paper, so he got his money with no industry favors, and that's true. He's not just saying that, he lived that, he was actually independent. Um, you know, no industry favors, yeah. Speaking to their soul, so they tell me I'm their favorite. He was speaking to guys like me, for example, speaking to us, and that's honestly, he is like one of my all-time favorites, and just like with so many other people, just because of the impact he had on us, on our souls, like he says, um, and with just not just saying inspirational words on a song, but actually living it, actually living the independent life, actually making things happen out of nothing, actually opening a clothing store, um, whilst making whilst giving us Victory Lap, the album, and um, an album that to me has had the biggest impact on me from all albums ever. So stuff like that, being an entrepreneur, doing things for the community, such as Vector 90, go look that up, for example. So, bro, like honestly, we miss Nipsey too much, man. This world misses him a lot. If you think about it truthfully, since Nipsey and Kobe passed away, the world just has not been the same. For various many things have happened since. Um, yeah, never let them judge you because they ain't you. I could tell a long story or just say I'm grateful. I could tell a gang of reasons or just say I'm faithful. I could sell a million records or just mixtape, but they don't really give a long as I just keep pacing. Bruh, again. Um, by the way, if you actually listen to, I keep saying this, but if you actually go and listen to the song, you really feel the impact more than me just repeating it. Because there's actual passion in it when he's rapping it too. But never let them judge you because they ain't you. Now, I'm going to use that line to just bring value and to try and help people out there that struggle with this. Please, like, there's so many people that think that they're not letting other people's judgments get to them, but it still is. And I'll give an example. So, for me personally, if you're looking for approval from other people, then you care about judgments. If you constantly try to convince the people that what you're doing is right, you care about judgments. You know, these are quite easy to know. Um, so and like, I want to question you. Why do you care about why someone cares about you, what you're doing? At the end of the day, you have to go and do the thing that you absolutely love and that you're passionate about and that makes you happy, makes makes you happy, not, oh, this person's gonna think I'm cool because I'm about to do such and such. I'm gonna get money from this, or I can get a car by doing this, and I can post it and look sick for the Insta. It's just sometimes I'm just like so worried with how where the world is going. Just with regards to the humans in this world that constantly overvalue other people's opinions. You know, please stop doing that. Just do things because you love it. You know, like Nipsey did. You know, sold this car. Him and his brother went and invested into the studio. Guess what? A few years later, what did we get? We get Victory Lap album. What else did we get? We get the Crenshaw mixtape, a mixtape that Jay-Z goes and buys 100 copies of. Uh, um, a clothing brand that I'm representing, and many people are representing, had an impact on the people. These are the things that happen when you're doing something you actually love and you're not doing just because it looks cool. You know, I know many people that just buy cars just because I don't know, because they feel like it enhances them or whatever. It's like, nah, man, like forget that. Like, who care? Even if it does, why are you still doing it? Why do you care about people's opinions? You know, at the end of the day, honestly, if you're just chasing people's opinions and approval from other people, you just never will be happy in life. You just won't. So please, like, think about that, please. Like, yeah. Um. So let's get to the next parts. Quiet for a year, give no explanation. Now I'm about to drop God, I'm on the proud to pay. So yeah, so this for those that don't know, proud to pay. So those that paid the $100 for the Crenshaw mixtape. Again, if you're not familiar with the story, go look it up with how he did that. So he charged $100 for that, and but obviously it's still free. So like, if you wanted to stream it, it was still available to people. But for those that really genuinely were fans of his and really wanted to support him and his brand and everything, you had this option to do the proud to pay, where you can pay $100 and really support. And yeah, you know, he sold out in the first day. I think they sold out, so that was amazing. 500,000 cash. He can't offer me a label because they yeah, half of a million cash. He can't offer me a label. Told him that I need to own it, so I'm cool. Kept it gangster. So this is another thing I'm talking about. So he could get a 500,000, but he was like, nah, I'd prefer ownership. I'd rather own my stuff. And I'll give you an example of how this happens a lot. So in the music industry, a lot of people get the opportunity to sign a record label, and I think they get like this mad like paycheck on the first day. I don't know exactly how it works, but from what I'm hearing, like you get like a nice like paycheck or whatever straight away, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But from what I know is when you sign to a label, you get money instantly. But when you're owning your masters or your category, or I mean your catalog, you're constantly gonna make money anyway, and you have ownership to it for life. You're not, you know, there's again no middleman. It's yours and your fans. That's it, end of story. And that speaks again to the marathon. He didn't take the quick money. He was like, no, I want to do it my way. I want to own it, and if it takes a long time to make the money, that's fine. It's all good. So that's why I love and respect Nipsey so much, because he did it his way and he stuck to those values throughout, you know. Um, okay, let's go. They compare where I'm at to where I started at. They put me in the giddy. I'm an artifact. Okay, and then yeah, as the song goes to the hook, I think for the part two, he's like, they can't ever hang me on the wall though. We presidents, we push buttons. The rest of you just react. Victory lap, this marathon still don't stop though. And then it goes on to, I'm used to people dying, I admire too much. I thrive over challenge. I'm a childish. So I loved again. There's a reason I'm doing this video because I like this song. I just love it so much. I'm gonna do more of these where there's many where there's a song that I love so much and I'm inspired by and I can relate to. But like here, I'm used to people doubting I don't amount too much. Like I said before, I can relate to that so much. Again, even to this day. To give more context, so for example, in football, I'm like a late starter. So I started my football journey at like 20, taking it serious. Normally, I've heard footballers that say they start at 2, 3, 4, 5. I started at 20, you know, and I have so much doubt. But like, don't give me. I've been playing football since secondary school. But what I mean is like actually taking it serious. Which I guess those are sort of 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, they didn't start taking it serious from 2. Um, but what I mean is that when I actually put my heart to it, like, no, I'm gonna go all in for football. I think I was 19 or 20. I'm 21 now, and I get a lot of doubt from people saying, no, there's no chance you're not gonna do it. And I've been to trials. People say no. I've had to again cut people off because they don't believe it, and they think I'm deluded or whatever. And even if I don't make it as a professional footballer, like for me, it's about again the marathon. It's about the journey. It's about going through the struggle, going through it, rather than just nah, you're not gonna make it. That's it. End of story. You're not gonna make it. Okay, what about let's actually try? And then even if I don't make it, then what? What's the worst that can happen? Is a few years go by with experiences, I learn, and guess what? By the end of it, I'll still have pride that I actually tried, rather than just no, I gave up. You know, so yeah, I thrive off the challenge. Yeah, I do. I thrive off the challenge, um, of just sticking to it. Okay, so here we go again. I hate to lose, so I play too rough. I speak my mind and I'd say too much. Mine is the hip hop cops say and they say I don't say enough. I know they're listening to my raps while I'm out running these laps, trying to make my paper stack. It's like this and like that. Oh, I think I'm KRS. I think I'm Dead Press. I think I'm Tupac. I need some bloody meds. I think I'm Eminem. I'm going crazy. Shooting in front of the shop, Nas and Easy. That part there that I just rapped or whatever you want to call it. That part is the one that's like Nipsey said that I think it was a rap radio interview. It's like every song needs to have a climax, and for me. This is the one in this song. The amount of goosebumps, like the first time when I heard it, and even now, I get goosebumps when I listen to it. Like, but please, like, you have to listen to it for you to fully get it. Me saying the words, it's not gonna be enough. You need to go and listen to Nipsey say it. It's different. So much goosebumps. Over there. Okay, we're nearly at the end, so I never planned to make it to an old. By the way, for those that don't know, it's because many people, especially in that area, uh, you know, don't don't make it to their 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever. And sadly, Nipsey didn't either. And there's days where I honestly still get emotional. I've just been watching his interviews today as well. I watched his interview with Cruz on the Cruise show. I watched his interaction with Gary Vee. And like I always get inspired. And there's times where I'm like just like why is he no longer with us? And like it's just so sad. Like there's so many negative people, and then like one of the rare positives has been taken away from us, and that just makes me sad. But rest in peace, Nipsey. Let's go. Ain't it amazing how I'm standing on my own? Always pull up in foreign that's never loaned. Always speaking my music straight from my soul. And that's actually a fact. Like if you listen to Nipsey properly, if you listen to his music, that's why I keep saying go listen to his songs. He was always speaking from the heart. Like I always get goosebumps. Like for example, go listen to Blue Laces 2. Go listen to Grinding on My Life. Go listen to Hustle and Motivate. Go listen to Victory Lap, the whole album from start to finish. He's speaking from the heart. Like it's like emotions. Like I can feel it. And Nipsey was just one of those like rare, like just amazing. Not just as a person, but as a rapper, as an entrepreneur, as a father, everything. So miss him so much. And then yeah, I know you'll hate me with a strange passion. I made example out your lame asses. I love my life, y'all could hate that. All the smart money got their best on me. All them real wish the best for me. Yeah, man. Oh, and then yeah. But yeah, man, like missing Nipsey, you know. And then just the final part. All money in, no money out on my chain. Hey, I'm true to this game. No guarantees you got to live for today. Hey, I'm true to this game. Do it big today. Remember your name. Hustle. Man, this song, honestly, people, please go out there, listen to this song, Crenshaw and Slauson, True Story. Go listen to the whole mixtape. Go listen to Nipsey's whole catalog. Go listen to the Victory Lap album. Go listen to Slauson Boy 2. Go listen to the Crenshaw mixtape. Go listen to everything. Go listen to everything. Go listen to from the start, from Hustle in the House days. Go listen to his last single, Racks in the Middle. His last single while he was with us. And yeah, go and do yourselves a favor. Go get inspired. And yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it here. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're watching this on YouTube, I never do this. I've never done this before. But honestly, as someone that's trying to build my brand, I would highly, highly, highly appreciate if you guys wanted to subscribe. If not, it's all good. But it would help my brand a lot. And yeah, I'm trying to grow this HipHopFam brand, and I got more content coming. Gonna do more of these. Gonna do album reviews. Gonna talk about Nipsey more. Gonna talk about my other favorite artists too. I'm gonna just like content is coming. Like I've got so much planned for this new brand, and I love hip hop, and I want to build like the biggest hip hop community around this brand. But if there's anything you think I should improve on with the content, if you think I've left like massive gaps in between like certain things I'm analyzing, please let me know. If you just like it like this, just natural, no editing, please let me know. If you want music in the background, please let me know. Obviously, I can't use copyrighted music because I don't want to get into any trouble. Yeah, but please, I'm open to feedback, genuine feedback. No, like, just things just out of ego and like just out of just wanting to say something for the sake of it. If there's genuine feedback and you think I can improve my content or you prefer a better way, please just let me know, and I'll try my best to work on that to try and satisfy every single person out there. Again, I'm trying to build the biggest hip hop community, the best possible following for every hip hop head out there. I want you to get engaged, get interacting with this brand, because I promise you, I'm working my absolute best to make this the number one hip hop brand out there with regards to merchandising, content, and hopefully when the pandemic ends, I can interact with every single one out there by going to summits, concerts, hopefully, and then do more content with you guys, maybe do interviews with you, speak to you about how you got into hip hop, who's your favorite artist, etc. And yeah, I'd love to do that with every single one. So yeah, like I said, if you want to leave a subscription, I'd highly appreciate that. Like, comment, all that stuff. If not, it's all good. It's all good. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna see you guys soon. Please drop in the comment if there's anything you think I can improve on in terms of the content quality or whatever. And I look forward to seeing your comments. Anyway, guys, much love and take care, guys.